So after doing some research on the normal Tsukuba wet race, we are going to be going against a couple of supercars. And I figured, well, for this, why don't I use a Group B car? And that Group B car I'm going to use will be this, the Renault 5 Maxi Turbo Rally Car. Because I figure I'm using a rally car for this, I think the tuning I'll need will be quite minimal. And I'm convinced in saying that since grip will mainly be the name of the game here, this is also the first time I'm actually using a Renault in this game, I might add. But anyway, I think the tuning I'll need for this thing will be very minimal, so I think we should be Gucci in that department. Actually, do we really need any tuning for this thing? Or will we just be fine as we are? That's the only one I can put on. Is there anything else we can do tuning-wise, aside from... Actually, on second thoughts, this is a rally car. Do I really need any tuning? I probably don't. I think we should be fine. Because we are just pretty much racing on a slippery surface anyway, plus with this being a rally car, it basically is designed to go on slippery surfaces, so I think we should be fine with this. Okay, let's see how we go. For 3 laps around Tsukuba Circuit, wet. I'm convinced in saying we're not going to have too much trouble getting through this, as we are up against the Callaway C12. I will of course be keeping traction control on because, well, I don't exactly trust myself to go completely hands-free on the driving aids when it comes to high-powered two-wheel drive cars. Anyway, let's see how we go. So 3 laps around Tsukuba wet, and it's only 8 points. So I think that tells me this is going to be easy. Hell, I could have even used a sports car for this, but no, I figured I just wanted to use the Renault 5 for this because, well, I wanted to at least give one of the fucking Group B cars some attention here. Even though, for want of a better phrase, I've probably made this race a little too easy. But, whatever. I think we'll be fine. As long as we're not slipping and sliding too much. But again, I figured I had to at least give one of the Group B cars a run for its self. And because, well, I figured this was probably going to be the shortest of all the rally events I do in this game, I figured this was probably the best choice for me to use without really needing to spend any money. Plus, because this thing is two-wheel drive, that's the main reason why it's kind of twitchy on the steering, but I think we should be okay as I slide off into the grass. I'm still slipping and sliding here, even though I am very much putting on a clinic's performance. But again, I like to be diverse with my choices. That's why I chose the Renault. In all of its domination, streaks, and it looks as though I've pretty much broken away from the C12 now. Even if I do go for a spin at this point, the odds of me winning have practically increased exponentially. Oh shit, okay, yep. And now I'm off in the gravel. But then again, that's the main reason why I put on traction control, for in case something like that should ever decide to happen. And at this point, I'm not really showing how dominant I actually am at this point. Oh no you don't. Okay. Still, even though I am dominating this, controlling two-wheel drive cars in the wet, it's a lot harder than you think it is. Especially if it's a two-wheel drive Group B car like this one. It's a lot harder than you think it is, unless you have the proper tyres to get the job done. Gotta admit, driving in the wet with a two-wheel drive rally car, it's not that easy. It's actually pretty hard. And as I would have expected from my mistakes, the Callaway does finish here at Tsukuba. But that's only because of how many times I fucking slipped up. Anyway, that's now the shortest and easiest rally event out of the way. And I've definitely got some replays to record once I am done here. But either way, there we go. We're now 40 episodes in to this game altogether. And now we move on to the car we win. So, from winning the Tsukuba wet race, we get the Mazda Atenza touring car. Something that I may consider using in the future. Obviously not on the dirt, like you do in GT Concept, but... Anyway, Tsukuba wet race, nicely and quickly done. And now we have just 2 events to go in the normal section of rally events. As we've got Yosemite Rally 1 and Yosemite Rally 2. That was pretty easy altogether. As we are now up to 19.6%. I don't know what we were on before. I should have checked before going into this. But anyway, for the purpose of parity, the Renault 5 wins its first and only race, and we have now virtually reached 500 miles driven. As I'm pretty sure by the time we're done with our next rally event, we will certainly surpass 500 miles driven. As we've now driven 21 cars in this game. But anyway, here's our next one. The Mazda 6 touring car from 2002, which is 4-wheel drive. I think that explains why this car was allowed to be on the dirt in GT Concept. I refer, of course, to the dirt at Tahiti Maze, if you're asking. I probably will leave a card somewhere to my GT Concept playthrough if you're interested. Anyway, that's what we win for the normal Tsukuba Wet Race. And now, because we only have 2 normal rally events to go, I'm going to switch cars again for probably the last time in the rally events, as we will be using the Toyota RSC for our final 2 events. And that is what we will be using next time in Yosemite Rally 1.